Expectations are a bitch. And unfortunately, that's a big part of life. But today I want to talk about how to surrender without expectation to provide a happier, more robust life. So let's chat about that right after the break. Hey, how's it going? It's Eric, and I like to call myself the modern mystic. Now, I focus on all kinds of things: abundance, freedom, and clarity, whether it's in finance or entrepreneurship or in life, spirituality, and plant medicine. And if there's one thing that I've learned over all of these years I found to be abundantly clear is that expectations are a bitch. And that sometimes in life, the most beautiful moments happen when we surrender to the process. Now, you might have heard of this statement before of surrendering to the process, but what does that mean? Normally, what folks would think of when you think of surrendering is that it is a sign of weakness, right? Waving the white flag, I'm giving up, all these things. But the irony or the interesting part about surrender when it comes to your personal life is surrender oftentimes is a sign of strength and a sign of braveness. And to be able to surrender to the beauty of life without expectation will often lead you to some of the most beautiful moments and memorable moments of your life. So let's first talk about it, right? Like in life, we typically have a lot of resistance and expectations. We expect a lot of others. We expect a lot of ourselves. We have a lot of judgment of ourselves, right? We have expectations of how things are supposed to be. And sometimes you end up thinking about what might happen when it doesn't really happen. And now you're consuming your energy, your thoughts, and your mind with something that may or may not happen in the future, which leads to being more exhausted, which leads to more stress, which typically also leads to anxiety. By surrendering to the process, by allowing nature to flow, obviously setting yourself up properly, right, with good planning and stuff like that. But by surrendering to the process and losing expectation of others and even of yourself, I feel like that can lead to a beautiful, well-balanced life. So there are three things that I like thinking about when it comes to surrendering and living without expectation. The first thing that I always love doing, especially before going into planning mode or going into an event or meeting with somebody or just basically doing anything in life, is to have a clearing breath, right? Because your mind is what we call the monkey mind. It's on all of the time. It's spinning, your ADD's going. Like I'm an HADD kind of squirrel. You know, attention, ADHD, whatever it is. I'm a very ADD kind of person, and my brain is always moving like crazy. And my survivalistic complex, my survivalistic brain always fires up, and it's always in the state of scarcity, always in a state of fear, always in a state of expectation. So to allow me to get back in touch with my body and allow me to get back in touch with my nerves, right? They always say calm your nerves down, right? In order for me to get back in touch with my nerves, I love doing clearing breaths. Clearing breaths is this moment of pure presence where you're just gonna take a beautiful inhale and then hold at the top for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then exhale. And just slowly allow that air to be exhaled. And do this 5 times. This is beautiful inhale. Just hold at the top for 5 seconds and then this exhale. And oftentimes what you find is after you've done this clearing breath, you suddenly feel a lot more calm, right? Your brain's not racing as fast. And the thing is, like many of us, we don't give ourselves this beautiful presence. We don't give ourselves this time to pause and stop for a minute to allow our bodies to be in touch with ourselves. So it's important to be able to give yourself that opportunity. If you ever feel that your mind is racing, your heart is racing, your anxiety is kicking up, stress levels are kicking up, just take a minute or two to do that beautiful clearing breath. Do 5 of those. And we call that integrative breath work, right? Something they can integrate throughout your day. So that's number 1. Number 2, what I love doing and what I advise a lot of folks to have is when you go into something new, go into it with like a childlike heart. Now, when you walk around and you see kids play, this pure innocence, this pure curiosity, picking up anything, eating dirt, looking at rocks, looking at leaves with this amazing curiosity, this novel curiosity, it really harkens back to the simplicity of life. You know, for many of us who are a little bit older or adults now, or maybe teenagers or adults, like we're so caught up in this day-to-day world, technology and responsibility and homework and essays and work and bills and responsibility that we often forget to just have a childlike heart and to look at things with curiosity and novelty. We often are jaded. So instead, flip that script a little bit and give yourself an opportunity to look at everything with a childlike heart. Meaning, look at things with curiosity, novelty, as if it's something new that you've never encountered before, and just notice that joy that you have of like, oh, this is super cool, this is super new. And notice how happy you feel when you go through experiences which others might be potentially scared of. And that leads me to the third thing. The third thing is reframing the unknown. Now, in life, you and I are gonna do a lot of things that are unknown to us, that might be new to you, that might be unfamiliar, whether it's move to a new place, whether it's get a new job, whether it's go to a new school, whether it's make new friends or find new relationships. There's a lot of things in life that are new and unfamiliar. And the human brain typically likes this concept called homeostasis, meaning doing the same thing over and over again in this comfort zone. And normally when you're looking at things that are new, fear sparks up, right? Anxiety sparks up, expectations spark up. This scarcity mind, this survivalistic concept that wants to be in homeostasis is triggered and things get a little bit dicey. So what I would love to have you consider is, instead of looking at the unknown and the uncertain, instead of looking at it with a state of fear or anxiety, look at it at a state of excitement. What could be? What is the potential that could come from this? What new relationship could I have? What would it hurt for me to ask this person a question or ask this person out on a date? What would it hurt for me to request a raise at work? Look at things with a point of excitement as opposed to a perspective of fear, right? So it's reframing the uncertain, because at the end of the day, you're going to experience a lot of things in life that are uncertain. There's only two things in life that are certain, right? Death and taxes. And that's why I have an accounting practice, because taxes are certain, but nothing else in life is certain at all. So you're going to go through a lot of uncomfortable moments, but the vast majority of them are not going to be harmful to you. We're not in a day and age where we're chased by saber-toothed tigers or lions and tigers or bears, oh my. You don't have life or death decisions that you have to make. So instead of looking at things from a state of survivalistic fear, because your body and your brain wants to protect you, makes sense. Instead of looking at it from a state of fear, because you're not going to die asking a question, go from a perspective of excitement of what could be. So those are the three things that I would love to have you consider when it comes to having a life of surrender and no expectation. Again, take some beautiful clearing breaths, the beautiful inhale, hold it at the top for a little bit, and exhale to calm your nerves, and then look at things from a childlike heart, and finally change and reframe your viewpoint of the uncertain and the unknown. What did you think of these three things? Will these three things help you with regards to your stasis of having expectation or surrendering to life? I would love to hear your comments on this topic. You know, I make videos here once a week or multiple times a week when it comes to all things business, plant medicine, health, spirituality, all kinds of cool things, because at the end of the day, my objective is to help you find clarity, freedom, and abundance. Again, my name is Eric. I'm so happy to see you here. If you got any questions or comments, put them in the comment section below. If you're new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I make new videos here once a week. Would love to see you here. And if you know anybody else that would love to join us on this journey, make sure they come on here as well. With that said, I hope you have an amazing day. We'll chat soon. Take care. Peace.